In the most recent body camera controversy, you said you'd not suspended any officers. You weren't sure that any wrongdoing had occurred, but you dropped a whole bunch of the cases. How do you square those things?
Well, I'll say what I've said before. My feelings or my caution to folks to reserve judgment until the investigation is completed. I think that's one thing, and I think the state's attorney being confronted with pending cases and making a decision based on the best interest of justice is another thing. So I don't think my statements or my stance on the letting the investigation run its course is in conflict with the state's attorney's decision to act in the interest of justice for pending cases.
If you think it's too soon to make a call, those people are going back on the street.
I think what is being communicated is that he's saying essentially there are open and pending investigations. So for him to make a judgment about the substance of what took place is premature on his end, without it being the investigation being complete. From my perspective, I have to look at it from two different sort of perspectives, right? Like, regardless of whether it's the recreation of a scene or planting of evidence, and I don't know which way it is.
Or neither in the latter case.
Well, I'll just use the first case for example. It goes to your credibility, right? And if it goes to your credibility, then that's something that, from my perspective, you have to ensure that you are, that information would have to be disclosed in every single one of those cases. And so I have to ensure that that's not the case, that justice is being applied fairly, and it clearly the credibility of that officer is at issue.
And we're talking about technology.
And that's totally different from,
right,
the determination as to whether there was misconduct or there was criminality, right? That's just on the credibility of the officers.
This agency, all due respect, makes things a little hard for some of your officers. I mean, these corruption cases, racketeering, controversies, and then you're standing there holding a bunch of pending cases with people who may be very violent, maybe repeat offenders, and you've got to make some tough decisions. Do you ever have conversations about sort of like, hey, come on now, like, how am I supposed to handle this stuff? So,
I mean, for the most part, what I can say is that we prosecute 50,000 cases a year in Baltimore. You know that. And at the end of the day, we have a 93% felony conviction rate. We would not have that without
including the drop cases we're talking about.
And why would I?
Well,
why would I include that?
But I'm asking about the drop cases.
But that's
cases that get tainted, that the challenges arise. Is it frustrating to have to grapple with that in court?
I'm the state's attorney for Baltimore City, right? So at the end of the day, we have a 93% felony conviction rate. We would not have that without the police department.
Well, Justin, remember our role in the criminal justice system as police. We're the front line of it all. We respond while things are in progress and unsettled, and things may or may not be completely clear to us, and we're making decisions, split-second decisions, routinely, and that's always going to be the case. So when we err from time to time, there's different types of mistakes, but the mistakes that are criminal in nature and just tear away at our trust in the community, I'm the first one to be frustrated by that, and sometimes I feel like we take one step forward and two steps back, but we can't quit and pick up our ball and go home. So we've made a lot of progress in the last 2.5 years or 2+ years, and it's something we just have to keep working on. But we're both determined and we're both like-minded in our pursuit of justice, and I think we both appreciate each other's role in the criminal justice system, and while they may not be the roles that are exactly alike, I appreciate the decisions that Marilyn Mosby has to make, and I appreciate
the decisions that he has to make as the commissioner. It's two different.